welcome to the Midnight Bookshelf. We are open from midnight to sunrise, and we're the perfect place for nocturnal readers or late-night listeners alike. Tonight's reading is going to be done a little differently, and I thank you for your patience as I figure some technical things out. I'm lighting a candle as always, and if you're comfortable, you can whisper something into the flame. Either something you'd like to forget about today, or something so special you'd like to keep it forever. Either way, it will stay between us, these four walls, and all the books that line the shelves here at the Midnight Bookshelf. So are you ready? Okay, I'll go first. Tonight, I'm going to leave behind that I'm experiencing some technical difficulties, but I'll keep that I found a way to still share something special with you. And now I'll let you go, okay? Thank you for sharing. Well, let's open a book together, shall we? Tonight's reading is from a collection of poetry called Sorry I Haven't Texted You Back. Written by Alicia Cook. It's a rather beautiful collection. It deals with mental health and a lot of things that go along with that. For the reading, I've chosen some more uplifting pieces about love. Some of my favorites. I love the structure of this collection. The first half is called Side A, in which she has written poems. In the second half, Side B, are remixes of those first poems, in which she creates blackout poetry from them, which I think is beautiful and completely brilliant. So, I hope you love them as much as I do. Sorry I Haven't Texted You Back, a collection of poems by Alicia Cook. For those who often feel alone in their head, this is your reminder. You aren't. Dedicated to my sister. Side A. The poems. Track 4. For now, I will say I wanted to take a picture of you in the car. The sun was setting, and there was this tugging on my heart, telling me I was going to want to remember this part. But I knew a photo wouldn't live up to what my eyes were living, so I just stared at you until the sun disappeared behind a building. For now, I will say when we were walking around the harbor, if it weren't for the people with umbrellas running for cover, I would have never felt the rain or heard the thunder. And if you knew what my mind was like before, you'd get what I meant that gray morning, when I said you were the only one who could make me forget it was pouring. Currently listening to Flagship by Jason Isbell. Track 9. We were too busy trying to survive the earthquake to even contemplate what it meant that our world had been split open. We were too busy chasing survival that we didn't even consider that the acts of surviving and restoring would hurt too. We were too busy crying in frigid tombs, not worrying about unmade beds, dirty dishes, or keeping a calendar, that we forgot that normalcy gives off warmth. We were too busy picking up broken glass that we normalized our trauma, started to liken the gathering of shards to collecting shells along the shore, or inspecting snowflakes, each one unique in its sharpness and its deadliness. We were too busy obsessing over something we couldn't ask for in 1,000,000 years could show up, unannounced, and dictate our lives in such a way that our memories became distorted or amplified or went missing altogether. We were too busy drawing lines in the sand and biting tongues and preparing for war that we forgot that once upon a time there was a peace. Currently listening to Home by Ingrid Michaelson. Track 10. Your pupils dilated when I walked in the room and I knew I had you. I used to wonder what it'd be like to kiss you at midnight. Now we share the same bar of soap in the shower and I wake up in love with you. I kiss your face where a strip of sunlight touches your cheek every morning. It's as though you're not just the love of my life, but the love of all my lifetimes. Like we've been here before, like we'll be here again, and again, and again, looping in a way that doesn't make me dizzy. Currently listening to Is That Alright by Lady Gaga. Track 21. As we kiss in the car, I find myself purposely inhaling your breaths deep into my lungs. I know I need to take in as much of you as I can. Let's go watch the sunset, you suggest, putting the car in gear. Are we going to make it? I ask, peering out the window as the sun dips behind the trees. You answer. I'll let you go on believing that I am asking about the sunset. Currently listening to Consequences by Camila Cabello. Track 38. We kiss and my lipstick ends up on your coffee lid, the way your breath touches my ear. We are alone, everywhere. You don't know what you do for me, or to me, the lightning you course through me. My feet have found solid ground. Skies have parted, no dark clouds. You managed to slow me down just enough to pause, to breathe, to turn my life around, and I hope you are still here this time next year. We can wake up to change, and we don't have much say in what breaks our way, or how long people stay. But before I met you, my mind and my heart were at odds all the time. Then you floated in on a dandelion wish, and ever since knowing you exist, I just want to sit, count your eyelashes. And I hope you are still here this time next year. I've never been synonymous with keeping promises, but this is different. If you don't, then I won't disappear. and will still be here this time next year. Currently listening to If We Never Met by John Kay, featuring Kelsey Ballerini. You have reached the end of side A. Side B. The remixes. Track 10. You walked in the room at midnight. Now I love morning. Currently listening to Stay by Mac Miller. Track 19. Time is poetic. It loves transitions. The butterfly quietly transformed into someone different inside of this love poem. Currently listening to Brand New Me by Alicia Keys. Track 20. I post art on the internet. The internet, the internet, the internet. Track 39. To do. Shower. Smile. Wonder why. Sleep. Collect energy. Vitamin D. Go to the gym. Go to therapy. Go home and charge every day. Currently listening to Note to Self by Ben Rector. Track 53. You didn't turn away. You stayed. I want to thank you for that. Currently listening to Sandcastles by Beyonce. Track 54. Our hearts shake in time together. Currently listening to I Belong to You by Brandy Carlisle. Track 71. You are my dream. I hope you say I love you. Currently listening to Enchanted by Taylor Swift. Track 74. Take up space by the handful, like candy. Ask why whenever someone you trust doubts you. Currently listening to Hold On by Alabama Shakes. I think this next poem is the most important of all, which is why I've chosen to read it last. Track 90. You matter. 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 Currently listening to Carry On by Fun. Thank you for visiting me tonight. I can hear the birds singing despite the rain, which must mean the sun is going to rise soon, and I'm sure you want some sleep before it does. But before you go, we have to blow out our candle. And whatever you whispered into the flame will either have melted into the wax to be kept forever in your heart, or as we blow it out, it will disappear with the smoke. 1, 2, 3. Very good. Any friend of the bookshelf is a friend of mine. So, good night, my friend. Sleep tight. Sleep tight. Sleep tight. You are loved.